England, known for Big Ben, the Beatles, Shakespeare, and David Beckham, is located on the Isle of Great Britain, which is the biggest of the British Isles. England borders Scotland in the north, Wales to the west, and has the English Channel to the south, dividing it from mainland Europe. England is part of the UK, which is short for the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Being the biggest of the four countries, England's capital, London, is home to the British Parliament. London itself is situated in the southwest part of the country and is a booming centre of culture and international trade. The United Kingdom has a queen on the British throne, formally making England and the UK a monarchy. Queen Elizabeth is, as of 2015, the longest reigning monarch in history, having been on the throne for over 66 years. This is, however, just a formality, as the form of governance in the United Kingdom is what can be called a constitutional monarchy. This means that monarchs are bound to exercise their powers and authorities within the limits prescribed within an established legal framework. For example, Magna Carta is a constitutional law that was signed in the year 1215 by King John of England. It limited the king's political powers, but was used as a peace treaty to calm rebelling barons from overthrowing him of the English throne. All of this, though, is just history, and in today's reality, all actual decision-making and politics made on behalf of the British population are performed by the British Parliament in London. Let's fast forward to 1960. The United Kingdom, together with Denmark and Ireland, apply for membership in the European Economic Community. The membership was, however, blocked by the French president at the time, Charles de Gaulle. De Gaulle saw England as nothing but an American Trojan horse, wanting to infiltrate and influence the European Economic Community. 9 years later, in 1969, de Gaulle is out of office and is no longer French president. 1 year after that, the United Kingdom, together with Denmark and Ireland, reapplies for membership, and as of the 1st of January 1973, the three aforementioned countries now join the EEC. So, getting to today's society, we follow the timeline to 2016. The British people no longer wants to be a part of the now European Union. Already seen in this survey from 2011, this graphic visualizes how many percent say that the EU membership is good for their country. Blue represents satisfaction and red represents opposition to the Union. See, one of the major issues is immigration. The British population feel that immigration has spiraled out of control in the last decades. Seeing as England is the British country that is closest to mainland Europe, it is particularly the English citizens who are worried about the many immigrants coming to the UK, with immigration estimates saying that up to 1 million Poles have migrated to the UK. Social dumping is a major concern for the population. England alone has been estimated to be housing around 7 million immigrants from around the world. With a population of 53 million people, that means up to 13% of the English population is foreign-born, meaning not born in the UK. In comparison to this, the EU average percentage for foreign-born population is 8.6%. So, 2016, the UK holds a referendum regarding whether or not to leave the EU, and the results are a bit messy. On one side, England and Wales all in all voted to leave the Union, respectively with a slim 2 and 5% margin. On the other hand, Scotland and Northern Ireland overall voted to stay, but because England is the big guy in the UK, the results are that Brexit is going down. But if we take a more profound look at the English part of the referendum, we see that one more prominent part of England voted to stay in the EU. Out of England's 9 regions, only one region voted to stay in the EU overall, the region of Greater London. But why did they want to stay? That answer is found in the financial sector. is no secret that leaving the EU will cause major economic backlash and will most likely generate a recession in British economy. The first instability was seen on the day the results of the vote were announced, where investors in the worldwide stock market lost more than $2 trillion that just vaporized into thin air as a result of the Brexit vote. As seen on this chart, the average Englishman makes around £26,000 a year, but an average Londoner makes around £43.6 thousand a year. That is a remarkable difference. You see, London is one of the preeminent financial centers of the world and vies with New York City as the most important location for international finance. Over half of UK's top 100 listed companies and over 100 of Europe's 500 largest companies have their headquarters in central London. And London understands that Europe is a major export market. An estimated 45% of British export goes to EU countries, and 53% of British import comes from EU member states. If the UK ends up in a situation where the movement of goods and services to and from the EU is taxed, it will have a tremendous impact on the British financial sector. Yes, so to finalize, on the 28th of March 2017, newly appointed Prime Minister Theresa May signs the notorious Article 50 of the Lisbon Treaty, handing it directly to Donald Tusk, the President of the European Council, on the 29th. This activates the mechanism that makes Brexit a reality. The time frame prescribed in the Lisbon Treaty is 2 years. After that point, the UK leaves the Union with an immediate effect if no deal or extension is agreed upon. This date is, as of today, set to be on Friday, the 29th of March 2019.